What's up guys, Bimbo Lives here. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your chest from this to this. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So my first 3 months of gymming, which was in 2020, I started doing push-ups just to get my chest going and to be ready for gym instead of going straight into gym not knowing what I'm doing. That's why I had a slight formed chest. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I train my chest and triceps to get it to the size that it's at right now. Let's go straight into it. So I start with bench press. As I get to gym, I'll start with the bar just to get that form correct on the bench press. Otherwise, you'll get an injury that you're not wanting to get. So I'll start with the bar. I'll start with 20 kgs, which is the bar. And then I'll go up by another 20 kgs and do 40 kgs. I'll go up by another 20 kgs and do 60. And I'll go up by another 20 and do 80. And then I'll go up by another 20 and do 100. If you go into those warm-ups and you're trying to burn yourself out, you'll be too tired to do your actual working set and you'll feel weaker than you actually are. And then eventually I do my actual working set, which is 110 kgs. I normally do 110 kgs for about 8 reps. The reason I start with bench press is because you need to start your compound movements first. You need maximum strength to go into those compound movements. You need all the energy that you possibly have to do your bench press. Otherwise, if you do bench press as your last exercise, you'll be too tired to be able to push the maximum weight that you possibly can, because bench press is not necessarily to grow your chest. It's more of a strength exercise. I normally do bench press for about 3 to 4 sets just to get a good feel of it. When you're doing your bench press, you want to control that weight all the way down and all the way up. You don't want to bounce it off your chest. Otherwise, that is literally just using another muscle group that you're not supposed to be using. You want to control it and make sure that you contract your chest all the way to the top. You want it to be solely your chest doing the workout. Once I can do about 10 reps on 110 kgs, I'll go up in weight and then I'll go to 115. 115, maybe I'll be able to do about 8 reps for the first week. Then the next week I can probably do 9 reps. Then the next week I can do 10 reps. Once I can do 10 reps again, I'll go up again. That is called progressive overload. Straight after bench press, I like to go straight into the incline dumbbell chest press. That is because if I go straight into another flat movement, I'll be too tired to work my upper chest. So straight from my bench, I go straight into my upper chest. When I do incline dumbbell chest press, you can see I don't have the weights straight perpendicular right next to me, because that will put a lot of pressure on your rotator cuff. So you want to put it at a slight angle to not put that much pressure on your rotator cuff. Having it at that angle makes you also be able to get a proper stretch, and then makes you be able to contract it properly at the top as well. And with the incline dumbbell chest press, since I've already warmed up my chest in my bench press, I can normally go into a high weight already and do one warm-up set. So for example, I like doing my working set for about 42 kgs. So I'll do my warm-up set for like 36 kgs and I'll do slow stretch, slow contraction until I can feel that my chest is properly pumped in my upper chest. Once I feel my chest is properly pumped, start going into my actual working set. But I make sure that after I do those 8 reps, I need to get to failure in my last set. With incline dumbbell chest press, you want to get that full stretch all the way down, all the way up, and control the weights. You can't just throw the weights around, otherwise you're not getting that full contraction and that full stretch. I normally train chest with triceps because if I train chest alone, that is wasting a whole day for just one muscle group. So I normally train chest with triceps, and then the next day I'll do shoulders and biceps, and then the next day I'll do legs alone with calves, and then the next day I'll do back and abs. I personally don't enjoy doing a push-pull legs split because I can't train my chest and then my shoulders and then my triceps all in one day, because then by the time I finish my chest, I'll be too tired to do my shoulders. Then my shoulders will be neglected. After that, you want to do a flat chest movement on a machine. You might be wondering, wait, don't you do middle chest earlier in the session on bench press? Yeah, as I said, yeah, you did do it, but that was for strength. Now you want to actually grow your chest. So what I personally do is the machine. I load it up to a weight that I can do about 10 to 12 reps on, and I pump it out for about 2 sets just to finish off that middle chest. You might be also wondering, why do we do 2 movements for the middle chest, but we don't do 2 movements for the upper chest? The reason being is that the middle chest is your biggest muscle on your chest. The reason you use a flat machine to go to failure properly is because you can fail properly on the flat machine, whereas on bench, I don't think you can get to failure as easily as you can get on a machine. Now it's time for dips, which is my bridging movement because it bridges my chest with my triceps. When I do dips, I normally do it for about 12 reps. I do that for about 3 sets. So if I do 3 sets of that, my last set will always be until failure on every exercise I do. Normally, I'll probably do about 18 reps just to make sure that I get to proper failure. If you've noticed, for most of my exercises, I normally do 3 to 4 sets. Some people enjoy doing 1 to 2 sets, but they push in those 1 to 2 sets. But I personally do 3 to 4 sets just to get to failure as many times as possible without overexerting, because once you go over 4 sets or 3 sets, then you know that is too far, you're pushing it too much. After that, you want to do tricep extensions. I normally use the rope. When doing your tricep extensions, you want to control that weight. Control it all the way to the top and control it all the way down. If you don't control it like that, you're literally wasting your time. You don't want to throw the weights around. You just want to use your triceps solely. Try to get that proper mind-muscle connection. You know what I personally do? I personally close my eyes when I do my exercises because it makes me be able to focus on that muscle that's getting worked. But if your eyes are open, you're normally getting distracted by other things around you. Whereas when it's closed, you can literally think about just the muscle that is working. I like doing one arm at a time with the rope because I just personally prefer it. Some people like doing both arms at the same time, but I personally do the rope with one arm because you can get that full stretch. Whereas if you're using both arms, one arm could be pushing harder than the other arm, and you'll never know if you're truly pushing to your maximum failure on both arms. Another reason for me doing one arm is because I can make it go fully stretched out and contract all the way to the bottom and fully stretch to the top. Whereas if I had both arms working at the same time, you can't fully stretch out at the bottom because your legs will be in the way. After finishing my first 2 sets with the rope, I normally go to the hard bar. You want it to get to failure, otherwise your muscles won't be able to tear. And what's the point of going to the gym if you're not tearing your muscles? So then after that, you eat your protein after your workout so that protein synthesis can take place and your muscles rebuild again. So your muscles will repair and repair into a bigger size. So over time, you'll get bigger muscles and over time you'll get more strength, which is called progressive overload. And then to finish off my tricep, to work the long head of the tricep, I finish off with skull crushes. So once again, one arm at a time so that each arm can fully get work to their maximum ability. So that's it for the video, guys. There's no need to do too many workouts for your chest and triceps. So you need to do about 3 chest exercises to work your middle chest, lower chest, and your upper chest. And you need 3 or 2 exercises for your triceps to work your long head and your short head of your tricep, which are extensions and skull crushes. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.